Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final stream of Suikoden II. It's another bit of a warm day, and I was really on the fence about how I was going to do it. I am once again sitting here in my bathing suit without a shirt on. So once again, be thankful that you do not have a face cam. But it at least feels nice and cool this way. So anyway, what I promised last session was that I was going to get a bunch of runes, was basically what I said. I wanted to get a Mother Earth rune, a Flowing rune, a Fury rune, and some double beat runes. I have since calmed that down a little bit. Because I did my research. I got the Fury rune, that's on Olan, so we're good there. I got the Mother Earth rune, and that is on Cookdole. Here. And see, the Flowing rune, they said the guide said could show up in the rare finds shop of Gregminster. It didn't, so I didn't want to save scum a bunch to get it because I didn't feel like it was going to be that important. I've got plenty of healing runes, so we're okay there. And double beat runes only drop from enemies. There's no place to buy them. So I wasn't about to go grinding for a bunch of them. Regardless, we've got some good runes, and we have a good party. We've got good runes. Everyone has level 16 weapons. I think we're going to be okay. But as soon as we walk in, we've got our next fight with Lucia. Well, have I got some bad news for you? And everyone else can just attack their normal way. So now we're at the point where auto-battling, at the very least for bosses, isn't the best idea, because I specifically want to get Olan. Oh yeah, and I took the Fire Rune off Wakaba, just because I feel like her hit rate is better without it. And I also have to remember that I'm going to be healing exclusively with medicine for the time being, because... Or, I mean, I can use runes here and just walk back out and go heal somewhere else. That's no problem. That missed? You kidding me? Oh, but we poisoned her, so that's nice. That, she can still use it. Oh, you know what? Let's have Titan Rune going. Yeah, and then this should work. Yeah, get those strong hits. You see, already it seems like Wakaba is hitting more frequently. Oh, and she's going to block this magic. Do I have any escape talismans? I don't remember. Oh, yeah, see, okay, we're already starting to falter a bit. Man, she's being relentless with that Fire Rune. And this could kill some of us. Oh, Futch is down. Okay, I feel like that can't hit Lucia for whatever reason. Okay, yeah, so I'm sorry, Futch. Oh yeah, no, if that can't hit her, then just attack normally. Immediately, we're already in a little bit of a rough spot here. It's fine. I can use runes for this battle and just immediately get the hell out of here. Come on, no berserks. Yeah, I think the problem is maybe the Angry Dragon rune is Fire Elemental, and since Lucia is Fire Elemental, it won't hurt her, but I would think if that's the case, it would deal 0 damage instead of just missing. I'm not sure what the problem is. Why she is so brutal about it. I mean, Olon still hits pretty damn hard. Yeah, I'm thinking we might be healing again. My confidence is already being shot. Now give me some berserks, goddammit. There we go. Now that'll be good. I'm gonna hit a lot harder now. On the plus side, she's also not using... she seems to have calmed down on her magic, and we've beaten her. It's a good thing they knew to come in. They must have just been watching by the door. And thus is the start of Lucia's redemption, which, like I said before, she has chilled the hell out by the time you get to 3. Okay. I might also go pick up an escape talisman out of storage, just in case we have a couple more bosses, in case they go horribly wrong as well. Well, do I have any? Oh, I've got 2. Alright, I'm fine then. Because there's only... Obviously, I'm not going to escape after the final boss. No point in that. There's only one more actual group fight, and then there's a duel in there, too. So 2 is plenty. Okay. Now I'm ready to go. We should be more than a match for the random encounters in here. As I said. The victor seems to have gotten a little... Our evasion seems to be a little bit down. But I think it'll all be good. And I got plenty of... medicine, so I can heal between battles. Problem is just that I can't use them during battle, because they're not equipped to my characters. Is there any reason to be in here? Okay, a couple chimeras, as you do. Ooh, man, they are hardy. Man, I miss having that spark rune. Oh, God, no. Don't do that. Don't just everyone hit our entire party. Those attacks can hurt. See, if I had an empty rune slot, it would have been a good idea to... I thought I'd have to have also found a spark rune to put on me. Okay, clearly I got nothing to gain by exploring out of the way. I'm just going to keep... Okay, or maybe I have to go out of the way. Damn it. There's more dodging, please. That's not what I was asking for. So we at least had a couple things happen this week. Summer anime season starting. I've only so far had, because of my usual week delay, I've only had the chance to watch the first episode of Sword Art Online. Because you know what? I enjoy it. I don't care. Ooh, that wind is coming through. But I'm also on the lookout for ReZero Season 2 and, of course, Monster Girl Doctor. Oh, those are some big guys. So thankfully, attack power is not exactly our weak suit, so we should be okay here. Okay, man. A whole turn later and we still couldn't kill him. Might have been better if we had focused our attack power on one. And even in the back row, Futch is not exactly having an easy time of it. Could have gotten that a little bit earlier. So on the plus side, he's leveling up good. There we go. Oh, hi, guys. See, I don't see the point of having these scripted battles when there are automatic battles with this exact same formation. Okay, got a couple more injured. And the problem is that we're at a decent level at this point in the game, so we're not going to be like... We're getting some decent experience, but we're not exactly rocketing up in levels to fix this. I'll just keep going forward. Okay, well, they're guarding this path, so I'll assume that I'm going the right way. I do not need treasure. There's nothing past this point in the game where I need treasure. Especially because I did see in the guide you can find certain runes here, but I'm obviously not going to leave the dungeon to get a rune on me. And, I mean, medicine would always be useful. I don't know if any of the armor here is amazing. Well, there's some treasure there. But I'm not even going on that path. Oh, well, that's too bad. Okay, now they're just throwing a lot of scripted encounters at me. You know what? Yeah. Nah. We can handle it. They ain't even hitting her that hard. Ow. Meanwhile, Wakaba takes 150 damage from one simple attack. Okay, I mean, we'll go up a couple levels by the time we reach the top, I would say. Yes, Grandpa Genkaku's friend, who previously used the black... I'm pretty sure he had the black sword rune. Looks like no matter what, we'll always have to fight. Okay. Final duel of the game. Actually, never mind. Oh god, of course I'm not in good health. That's gonna be a problem. Let's see here. You can defeat me. That sounded like a defend quote, maybe? Or maybe that was attack. Attack. Yes, alright, good. On the plus side, I can hit him real hard. I feel my deadly sword. That sounds like a wild attack. Yep. Excellent. You cannot fault my attack power. I should be more careful. That's a defend. So we'll attack. Alright, yeah. See, I do have the walkthrough open, but it's specifically on the final boss, just so I know the strategy for that. So that one was, my perfect victory there was just perfectly being able to read it. And let's keep a note of that. I forget if they said this earlier, but Bright Shield Rune and the Black Sword Rune were once part of the Rune of Beginning. First. See, this moment would be a little bit more meaningful if Han had been introduced, like, more than an hour ago. Okay, let's see here. I should definitely heal myself up a little bit. Other than that, I can use a little bit more of this. Okay, that'll do for the time being. Yeah, I'm glad they put two doors to go into this room if they're both just going to lead to the same place. What's through here? Oh, it's locked. Okay. Useful. Could I have come through here another way to open the door? I don't know. Or is it all just completely pointless? Oh, alright. I guess this is the right way, though. Well, you can see the slowdown happening. On the plus side, they at least get some healing. And I am still a powerhouse to be reckoned with. That's never a bad thing. What's down here? The correct way is not always the most obvious, but it's locked. Is there even a reason to have all of these extra rooms we can't even access? Because I don't think you ever come here. Yeah, you don't ever come here at any other point in the game. Ooh, nice criticals. Damn. We got like 3 criticals in a row there. This guy must just be terrified seeing... Oh, double 420. There we go. Guy must have just been terrified seeing us take out 3 of his comrades with 1 shot each. I really wish our dodge game was a little more on point, though. There is a hazy rune that you can get in the game that increases your evasion, but I don't have it on anybody. And I don't remember it being crazy good to begin with. Alright, well, we maxed out our money again. I don't know, I've just got a feeling. No one's in super bad health, but... nah, we'll keep going. Alright, fine. For some reason I thought we were getting close to the next boss, though there was absolutely no basis behind that. Oof, ow. Keep in mind, Olon has pretty good defense. Oh man, my party is only half the same as it was in the first game. Still had me, obviously. I still had Tia, and I still had Victor. Ooh. Wind Amulet. And... see, like, what the hell am I going to do with Rune at this point? What's it do? Weak enemies, no... okay. So that's actually decently useful, except for the fact that no one in here would be considered a weak enemy at my level. Now the Wind Amulet, let's see. Ooh, that's good on a couple people. Sure. Now, Thunder Amulet, is that good on anyone? We'll go with that. Alright, that'll do. Okay, now this time I'm sure that the fight is in here. We'll go with this. Okay, that'll do. Or there's nothing in here. I was sure that's where the next boss would be. Which door did I come in from? It must be the other one. See, I imagine the game's definition of weak enemies is we're so high level above them that we can let them go. That would be my assumption, which we can't. These guys are still running. You see, Wakaba's getting all of her hits now, unlike with the Fire Rune where it seemed like she was whiffing most of them. Okay, so there really was no point in going that way, I guess. Then we'll just keep going up. See, if I had known this way would lead to stairs, I would have naturally assumed this. What is the point of having all these locked doors? Like, why have that room there to begin with, unless there's some way to unlock it? Which, I don't know, there might be. Oh. Ooh, a Stone of Power, that's good. Gotta make myself as strong as can be. I'm dealing a tiny bit more damage now. Ooh, good. He just launched a Kamehameha. So what's in this other chest? Stone of Defense. Well, we will also put that on me. Even though theoretically someone could use that a little more than me. Right, so there's absolutely no point in being up here. Which means that this whole path was wasting my time. See, this is Suikoden II Livestream level stuff. Where you take these long paths through several floors and then you find out, ah, you went the wrong way, though. That's the way I came from, and this way just led to locked doors, though. Right? Oh, damn it. See, now I'm going to get locked. Now I'm going to get lost. Okay, where was the last branch I could take? Let's go up here, then. Oh, isn't this where I came from, though? Yes, it is. Alright, then. Let's try going down. Because there's definitely no way that the branch all the way back to here was wrong. There we are. It's at least a way I haven't been. Gosh, she gets a crit. She deals over 1,000 damage. Olan is great. You see, we wouldn't have to fight that many battles here in order to level up. Ooh, alright. Look at this. Okay. Oh, just more. Clearly expecting me to come from the other way. But I got some bad news for you. I poisoned one of you. I got an extra hit. Scored a crit on the guy I did not need to. 2 crits on guys I didn't need to. Yes, there we go. Hit the guy that doesn't have a turn left. Or does have a turn left, so we can stop it. It might just be that the game's auto battle is programmed to, if the person can hit an enemy and kill them, then they'll aim for them to get one less person off the field, and not take into account the possibility that someone may still have a turn. Why is the background like us on the ground? Okay, we'll both target this guy, and then everyone else go for this one over here. See? Strategy. Okay, I'll deal a little extra damage to this guy over here, too. Okay, we're all just spreading the damage around. And we still didn't kill it. Okay, but we at least dodged their next attacks and got a counter that did kill it. Oh, this'll do it. There we go, perfect. Went pretty well, I'd say. Okay, just back to the way we were before. I can't open that door. Is there something else I can do over here? Is that something I can enter? Ay, damn it. And that's just gonna hit everyone. At some point, I do get kind of tired of attacks that hit everybody in the party. Can't go that way. There was nothing up here. Yeah. Oh, man. See, I'm already losing track of where I am. Oh, God damn it. Ow, and a counter. Come on. And she's in pain. I was hoping I'd pick her back up. Because it would mean that she was just on the threshold and she's fine. Ah, these guys are meaty. Okay then, which means that something is still over here. Was there something up here I could do? Yeah, there's this door. It is open, alright. I'm having a hard enough time keeping track of which directions I can and can't go. Which ones I have gone. The bodies are a nice indicator, though. That helps. Yeah, these guys are all getting good luck. Getting closer and closer. Does this way also lead to something I can't do anything with? I've certainly fought this formation plenty of times. Even went for someone in the back. Oh, there we go. Now that's a good number of crits. And he died from poison. And we still got that little bit of healing in. That's good. And we got another escape talisman in case I really want to retreat, which, you know, I don't know, maybe. Well, this room has a lot of purpose. All of us focusing on one guy. All right, and there we go. He can't attack this turn. We'll get him, for sure. Heavy hitters didn't even have a chance. Desk. I can see that. How's everyone's health looking? He could use some... A couple people could use some. Let's see. I just want to keep everyone healthy. Alright, that'll do. What's that? It's nothing, okay. But I can't actually tell what it's supposed to be either. Like, what is it physically? Even if it has no gameplay function. Oh, that's why that area was had this backdrop. Except we were on the ledge, so I think it accidentally loaded the wrong one. I might have like just been on an edge or something. That it would load this backdrop instead. Oh, damn. Walkabout is still slowly healing. So this week we also had the new Sword Art Online game came out yesterday. Alicization Lycoris. I'm very curious into like how good it is. Because I understand Sword Art Online games don't have a good reputation for a pretty good reason. But the last one, Fatal Bullet, I really enjoyed it. And I haven't seen like anything on Lycoris since the initial reveal and a small cutscene a little bit later. So I'm just curious, like, because it looked beautiful in terms of visuals, but the gameplay in that original reveal trailer looked like ass. So I'm curious if it's actually any good. I tried looking on Metacritic yesterday, and it didn't even have... It wasn't that there weren't any reviews out. That's very possible. But it didn't even have a page. And that was weird to me. I'm sure reviews will start coming out soon. But even then, I'm not sure how helpful that would be, because most Sword Art Online games have a generally similar range of reviews, like in the 60s or 70s. Though Fatal Bullet did have the highest score, as it should, because it was good. I haven't played any other ones, and I don't really have a reason to. I mean, what's the point of even having random battles in this place if they're just going to throw so many scripted ones at me? I guess to make sure, in case you overleveled and picked up the Champion's Rune, that you wouldn't be able to just skip this place. There's always that little bit of hope when you see someone coming towards one of your party members. They raise their weapons to swing, and you're like, come on, maybe this time I'll dodge it. Doesn't usually happen, though. Okay. Ooh, save crystal. Thank you. I'm good. Don't worry, I'm not getting, like, locked in here or anything. I've got 3 escape talismans. If something in here proves to be too strong, I can just leave at any point. I just want to have a checkpoint in case something horrible happens and I die. Yeah, those guys are not very strong. Probably why they're not giving me that much experience. What's in here? Treasure, alright. Another escape talisman. And at this point, I cannot use that many. Okay, that leads over there. Is there like a laid out, like correctly scaled map of this place online? Because it could use it. And again, this is basically just what Tier Christ was a lot of the time. Just these long-ass hallways. Long paths that lead nowhere. The only difference was in Tier Christ, the encounter rate was also jacked up like crazy. Everyone's health is good. Wakaba could use a little bit, but she's fine. Another save crystal, really? Okay, well, I'll... Oh, this one also heals me. That's nice. Which, of course, means I could have been a little more liberal with using runes. But on the plus side, it means that in the next fight, I can use runes and then just come back to this for a heal. Yeah, our next boss battle is with Seed and Kulgan. I'll force my way in. Okay. Yeah, well, guess what? You guys are going to be feeling the fury. And we're all just going to be focusing on one of you. Just might as well just get one of them out of the way. Why not? Ooh, they're fast, though. Ouch. Ow. Would have been great if that attack hurt Seed, though. It's like, yeah, I mean, he just turned himself into a lightning rod. Didn't even deal that much more damage than his usual attack. And to be fair, turning your sword into a lightning rod, that is just what you do in the final boss of Skyward Sword. Don't hit Wakaba. She can't take this kind of damage. Okay, that actually didn't hurt her too bad. Yeah, ow. That hurts real bad. On the plus side, we are hitting him decently hard. I can use runes. Let's see here. I'll just attack. And fuck it. Let's go crazy. See how you guys all like it. Now that I know I've got a healing save point right here. I'm only using this on Seed because it deals so much damage I didn't want to waste it if Colgan had almost no health left. Look at that. Dealt over 2,000 damage. Oh, can he heal? Nope, that's an attack. See, much like the summons in Final Fantasy games on the PS1, the attack animations do look very nice. The thing is, they don't take a full minute to complete like Final Fantasy. Okay, no one can use magic anymore. Alright. You know, that's more of a hindrance for you than it is for me. I packed my party with physical attackers, and Colgan's already gone. And of course, these runes don't technically count as magic. They're just augmenting our physical attacks. Like I said, it's really more of a hindrance for you than it is for me. No problem. Ooh, alright, we're all level 60. That's generally the level you want to be when you hit the end of the game. No, hold on. Let me walk back. I don't think we had to kill him, though. Oh, this scene. Like, what a scene to show to the player who knows who this enemy is, and we're marching in there to get them. A scene of him taking care of a kid that sees him like almost an older brother, even though she calls him uncle. Resigning himself to his fate. You're going to grow up and meet lots of people. You're going to lose a lot of people too. Enjoy the moments you have together, because nothing lasts forever. Isn't this? This is basically just what Sonic said to Merlina at the end of Sonic and the Black Knight. I don't mean to take away from this moment. This is one of the best scenes in the game. It's so small, though. It's important seeing it. It's very... You know what? I'm honestly going to say it. I think most players probably don't have much resentment towards Joey, because he hasn't really been an asshole throughout the rest of the game. And just not long before this, he stood beside us to take out Gerudo. But it's still nice to have a scene right at the end to remind us, keep him human. And at this point, he's even fully aware that he's probably going to lose. And that thing here says, like, you two run away, get new names. I've heard theories that Julia, like, completely changed her ways and she became queen from Suikoden 3. That I don't quite believe. But they definitely don't appear in 3, and 5 takes place after this, right? I don't think there's... If there's the theory about Julia becoming queen, I'm sure that nothing's resolved in them in 5. I'd like to see them come back. And that's a nice little thing there, too. You know, obviously, he married her in order to get into a position of power. As Julia said, he used her. But she still loves him. He's still a good person. All right, now, you'll excuse me. Oh, okay. There's a curve up there that wasn't there, but we didn't see before. Yes, let's save our game. See, that's nice here, that they put a special healing spot at the top of the dungeon right before the final boss, just to be sure you'd be going in with full health. Which is important, because, like I said before, these games, magic is always a scarce thing in the Suikoden games, just because of the casting system. See, it's weird, because the tunnel... The hall curves to the right, but then once you reach this screen, you're facing upwards. That curve doesn't need to be there. But here we are. Leon Silverberg is still here. Yeah, alright. Summon it with blood. Finally, the true power of the Beast Rune. Because despite the fact that the Suikoden games are all about very human enemies, we always have to fight some giant beast at the end of them. Ooh, top of the screen there. Because it's just not a satisfying JRPG final boss unless it's some giant enemy. Alright, so this is the Beast Rune. As you can see, it has... 5 different areas we need to hit, the legs and the rune itself. We only technically need to destroy the rune. However, as you see, there are runes emblazoned on each of its other parts that have different effects. Let's see, according to the guide... Oh, never mind, we need to take out the heads, not the rune. Okay, got it. Right now, we just want to focus on the rune for this turn, because it starts off with a magic barrier on everything else. And we'll start off by raising our defense. Good. It's always a shame if you cast a defense up spell, but the enemy gets a turn first. Okay, so that'll be good. Raise our defense. Let's just hit that rune with everything we got. Yeah, don't worry. We're like climbing up on its head in order to hit it. Ooh, the slowdown is real. Did that deal damage? We knocked it so high into the air I couldn't see a number. Oh, we got muted. Okay. That'll wear off eventually. Though it's a real problem, because I'm our primary healer. Though thankfully our health is all still good. And it doesn't affect Victor in the slightest. Yeah, sure. McDowell does have a lot of good, currently a lot of good multi-hit attacks, but the problem is so long as the rune's there, the rest of his body is being protected, so there's no point in trying to hit it. I'll start unleashing them once he's... Wow, 1 damage. Once the rune's out, I'll start using, like, the Soul Eater rune, the Blue Gate rune. Okay, stop attacking me specifically. You see, the number doesn't show up. I don't know if it's dealing damage or not. I assume so. Yeah, go ahead. Try and silence me again. I dare you. Or does this deal damage? Oh, great. Now a couple of us are unbalanced. Okay, so that just deals a bunch of status ailments. And I'm in kind of bad shape. Okay, well, that's fine. I can work with that. Because I do at least have another healer. Yep. There we go. So this is why it was important to have some healing on another person. Oh, and that fully healing also got rid of my mute. That's nice. Is that rune about gone yet? Isn't that just as impressive as Sephiroth's meteor? Just a JPEG of the moon getting closer. Ow, ooh, okay, definitely good thing my mute is gone, because we're going to need to use a heal on the next turn. Okay. Let's keep it going. It's up to 2,000 HP for all hours. I don't need to go that high. It's fine. Now give me some berserks. Yes, alright, that'll help. Okay, rune's gone. So now we want to attack the right leg, because the right leg has healing abilities. Which I think is actually what she did there. Oh, that's the left leg. Though, of course, the left leg is also bad because it has the ability to inflict status ailments. Though, thankfully, thanks for muting my most physical attacker. I don't care. Oh, it's going to keep doing it, though. Oh, great. Now I'm asleep. Okay, then. So let's see. Focus on the right leg, it said. Yes. Alright, right leg. Let's go. I said right leg with O on, right? Okay, so now let's start using, let's see. Really, yeah, I'd rather... We'll just attack. I'd rather save my magic cast for some healing. I'm asleep, and I believe we probably... our 5 turns are up, so let's heal again. Now, I have no idea what that other ailment that's affecting Victor and Hero is. So let's raise our defense again. So we just need to deal as much damage as we can. Okay, it's healing that leg. That's fine for the time being. I don't know if the rune ever comes back. See, this is the sort of fight where having ribbons or an equivalent would just break the game. There are probably runes that, like, that make it so you can't take status elements, but then you're using up one of your precious rune slots. Stop it. Now Victor's asleep before he had the chance to attack. And Wakaba's just in... Oh, no, she's confused. I have no idea what the hell is happening to anybody at this point. Okay, let's do something heavy. Shadow. Alright, so I have 2 different spells that cast 500 to all enemies. Let's go with this one. Okay, this will at least wake us up. Okay, well, we're awake again. That's good. We've got ice raining down on us. Yeah, I'm sure we're all in pretty pathetic shape at this point. We're going to have to heal on the next turn. Now that I'm awake again, I can do it. The leg is still active, damn it. Unless this puts me to sleep again. The foot at least also has a heal all. Okay, we're all okay. Except for Victor. He's not exactly taking the best of it at the moment. Actually our health is pretty good. The problem is just all the status ailments we're under. Yeah, let's keep using King's Row. Nope. Black Shadow. Yeah, because sudden death is, I'm sure, is not going to work on this. Yeah, we'll just attack for the time being. Let's go. Oh yeah, crit. Come on, take that leg out. See, that barely even deals damage. If you could keep doing that, I'd be very happy. I just realized, systematically taking it apart like this, by the time we take it out, it's going to have 2 legs. It'll only be slightly better than Lil Brother. Okay, we'll definitely need to heal after this turn. Yeah, because we are in poor shape now. Though thankfully, the left leg can never heal itself. The right leg, I should say. So long as we keep attacking it, we'll... Oh god, it brought back the rune. Damn it. Oh. Well, it still doesn't block physical damage, though I'm sure we want to take the rune out, because it's going to hurt us real bad. Yeah, okay, put up a magic barrier. Okay, it was because it didn't have a barrier up again yet. Alright, then. This. Hang on, did he have a better, like, one-person attack? 500 to all the enemies. Sudden death. Mother Earth. All 800 all on the ground. Yeah, okay. We'll just attack then. I want to save that. Oh, no. We definitely got to heal on this turn. And Wakaba is still in pretty poor shape. I don't know. See, I would think... It looks like she's confused. The problem is she's not attacking at all. That's not usually what confuses does. Now let's get some more berserks going in there. Okay, well, that's good. Okay, good thing we healed right before he did his ultimate attack. His meteor. So that is seriously just a picture of the moon. It looks pretty poor. Yeah, we're gonna need to heal again already. Thankfully, the meteor is a unite attack, so it uses up all of his attack turns. Okay, and we took... Rune comes back with less health. So that's good. Yep. Tighten around on this leg. Black Shadow. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, Black Shadow is what we want. Just attack. Heal. Nope, actually, we'll have her use White Tiger. Okay, hopefully this turn will take out the leg, which means we won't have to deal with the rune again, probably. Because I think it has to be specifically revived. See, all of this stuff is exactly why I pulled out the guide. Okay, everyone except Wakaba's Berserk. Because I definitely wouldn't remember exactly which order we have to take everything out in. Okay. Oh, both legs are out. Awesome. That saves us the trouble. You can tell because they're gray now. So now we just take out the heads, I think. Yep. Guide just says take out the heads. So long as we're attacking, we're fine. Though we'll focus on one at a time. So if we have a chance, we can take one of them out. Okay, we'll focus on the left head first. Alright. Shadow. Do the shredding, why not? Just attack and... White Tiger. Okay. See, I bet you can see why I had trouble with this on my first playthrough when I came in here with a not optimal team. Because this guy is still pretty dang meaty. You do want to know the strategy, and you do have to worry about the... And it does still have a lot of HP. You know, I was still playing the game pretty normally. I still picked my team the way... I still built my team the way I wanted to build it. So, I'll at least give credit to that even though it's a difficult final boss, I'm able to do it on my own terms. You know, compared to something like Chrono Trigger, where I tried fighting Lavos, I got my ass kicked, and I looked up a guide, and it's like, yeah, you should have this party doing this attack specifically. He gets a lot of attack turns, though. Yeah, do that one, please. Keep doing that sword attack. Victor physically... Oh, ow. Okay, it hurt us a little harder that time. Okay, that heads out. This is all that's left. And it probably doesn't have that much HP left. By the way, I've also looked it up. There is a patch for this game that gives you the ability to just, like, select... It's a patch for the game that fixes a bunch of bugs, and you have the ability to select which ones you do and don't want fixed. So assuming it fixes up the translation some, that is probably the best way to play this game, but at the same time, it's always nice to just buy it yourself. No point in doing that. You know, it's $10 on PSN if you have something that can play PS1 games. I'll just focus on that. You know what, actually? You attack. I'll just do a basic heal on everyone. No, nah, Flitch. You use Kindness Rain. And I'll attack, because I can deal more damage. Especially since I'm berserked. Okay, didn't matter. He was just about dead anyway, and that's the Beast Rune. I think it's a good difficulty for the final boss, like I said, because I definitely still had to try. I still had to know what I was doing, and it still hurt pretty bad. But it wasn't that bad, and I got to pick my own party. We still gotta find... Taking out the Beast Rune. Leon, presumably, was sacrificed to resurrect it. We still have to find Joey. And that's like the only thing Tyr ever says in the game. If you bring him here, he'll automatically take some of the dialogue. Gotta find him. See, if it went for the fact that my best friend is possibly still inside this crumbling castle, I would not be opposed to a woman like Olan dragging me away. And thankfully, he just runs out on his own. Man, this section looks awkward considering the game doesn't have a diagonal run. PSP version fixed that, but then you have to play the PSP version of the game, which still has basically all the same bug. They fixed the Matilda bug and nothing else. It's widescreen, but now it means when you're inside, you can sometimes see the edge of other rooms that are technically on the same map, but you're not supposed to be able to see them. And it's only in Japanese. Blessed with good luck, excuse me, this was all skill. See, that fight would have been over way quicker if we could have given Victor and Tia double beat runes, but it still went pretty well, I would say. I knew that my current build-up was good enough. Yeah. We've done it. Highland is no more. It's time to annex them and take them as our own, as part of the city-states. The war is over. We're all united under one country, which... That was Joey's plan. He was just on the other side. So, at the end of the day, we can't say his plan was wrong, because we did the same thing. And save your game here. Trust me. It's time for me to give my speech. Not playing very happy music, though. Well, first of all, we would not call it Captain L Country. It's a terrible name. Ooh. Looks like everyone is really looking to us to lead this new country as the face of the Stardust Army that freed it. But Tio was offered the same thing, and he turned it down because he felt that he wasn't his job to rule. I'll do something a little different, though. I'll take it. Okay, Stardust Country is better. Still not great, but could learn to live with that. All right. A new country is created to unify the city-states under one strong leader and take Harmonia as part of our lands. All beneath my image. So you can already just tell looking at it. It looks wrong that I'm just sitting behind a desk, playing a part of the bureaucratic process. Kobolds go back to their usual training. Green Hell opens its doors once again. And I stand outside Muse alone, waiting for the people in my life that are never going to return. Sense of loneliness fills him. Now, okay, the credits start now. The thing is, that is not the canonical ending. That's why I saved the game before. Since we got the extra time, I figured I might as well show off that ending. And let's see, resetting the game. Good, it did not mess up my capture. There's still one more thing that needs to be done. I didn't want to sit through the entire credits to show it because we'll be watching them pretty soon anyway. But after the credits, you get, depending on what ending you get an image. The image for that ending is Joey waiting by the rock where we initially... Waiting by the rock where at the very beginning of the game we promised that if we were ever separated, we would return to. He's still waiting for us. In a more metaphorical sense, as well as physical, we were separated. But now the circumstances that separated us have changed and gone away. So I need to find him. And that's when Rio realizes that he doesn't care so much about the strength of this country, about all the politics involved. He started this army and started this war because strictly to protect his friends. That's where his loyalty truly lies. We're following the same path that Tyr did, although reasonings for doing so is different. Tyr felt that he was cursed, that he didn't have anything to gain by... Or rather, that he didn't have a... Let's see here. Where can I go now? Rakute, is that where I want to go? See, I forget where I'm supposed to go. Okay. Either way, Tyr turned down his chance to rule because he felt that his existence was cursed. And that this would only... Probably should have taken a couple other people with me just to deal with these battles. Felt that his cursed existence with the Soul Eater rune would only cause trouble for everybody, and that's why he basically abandoned everyone and just went to live a life on his own. But he's doing it because... Rio is doing it because he has something more important. Where am I going? Oh, okay, never mind. I didn't want to come here in the first place. The guide was just telling me, hey, now that you've beaten the game and there's no more purpose for it, you can buy some really good runes. Like, there's nothing else to do at this point. But go for the best ending. Okay. Do we want to go to... it's a Chiaro, which is... I can't warp directly... Oh, never mind. Yes, I can. I don't think I could come here directly before. We are back home, but I'm all alone this time. Hold on. Definitely got to make a quick stop while I'm back here. Yeah, no reason to do that. And this is still here, by the way. It just felt right. Oh. 30 Posh. Okay, I clearly was supposed to get this a lot earlier. What does the Hunter Rune do? Hit 5% enemy. Okay. So it's basically just a steal effect applied to your weapon, but it only has a 5% chance of activating. Okay. Alright. Tightly closed gate. So I need to find my way up the mountain. Here we are. And the enemies over here are all basically early game enemies. Here we go. Right up here. Tenzan Pass. Back where our adventure started. But even though it started off with a massacre, it still feels so lonely and empty now. And waiting for us at the top where we promised we would meet if we separated. Somewhere around here. Okay, I definitely spoke too early. Where is it? Why is this place so big? I think this is the only point in the game where you come here. It's definitely the only point where you need to. And technically you don't even need to, because this is just the path for the best ending. You could have just taken the he rules, or I went the wrong way. Okay, well there's no enemies here, so nothing to worry about there. I don't think I was supposed to go up there. That leads us over to the other part of the continent. I'm pretty sure I don't have to go off the map again. Come on, it's around here somewhere. Okay, we'll go down instead and go this way. Damn it, I went the other way again. Okay, go to the left. It's one of these paths. I know it. There it is. We go this way. I think that was the way. I think this is where the camp was, somewhere around here. Because these paths look a little bit familiar. We ran down here at the first sign of trouble. Yeah, here's this big open field. This is where the camp was. It'd be nice if there was still a couple remnants of it to remind you, because the different lighting makes it look a lot different. Especially considering we didn't leave here from the map, so you don't really know where this place is in relation to everything else. But there he is. Ooh, everyone and. And just a final reminder, one thing. Joey is basically the same as us, and that's what makes the story so tragic. It's two friends who are closer than anything else being forced apart by circumstances far out of their control. And at the end of the day, that is the core of Suikoden II. Yeah. And destiny still opposes us. You have to fight. He's still so sorrowful about it. Okay, so we have our final duel. And I love this, by the way. Of the 3 Suikoden games I've played, 1, 2, and 3, this is the only one that has a duel as the final encounter in the game. And I think that's really important, because at the heart of the matter, Suikoden is all about very personal relationships. It's not about, even though we're doing these grand adventures, it's not a grand story. So here we are, a final duel, and if you want to get the best ending, defend. No matter what happens, defend. Now, in case this seems like it's coming a little out of nowhere, like you're just supposed to know that you have to defend on every single turn. Remember the story about Genkaku and Han? How Genkaku refused to fight his friend, if only because his sword was coated in poison? There's no reason to fight you. Now, this duel here is supposed to have music. Guess why it's not playing? And continue to defend. So yeah, that is how you're supposed to know that you're supposed to defend in all these duels. But that was a long time ago. I don't blame you for not remembering. Each duel lasts 3 turns. So at this point, I'm also on a bit of a timer. I just haven't been using my rune nearly as much as he has. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to let you kill yourself. No. How many times do I have to say it? No, I can't. And here, if you've followed every single step that I've outlined up to this point, get all 108 stars, Nanami has 120 defense in Rock Axe. You pick one of the dialogue options, you defend every single turn in the duel with Joey, and you continuously refuse his offer to take his rune. If you follow every single one of those steps, then this is the point where the best ending starts. If you mess up on any single one of those steps, then no matter what happens, Joey dies here, thanks to the curse of his rune. I understand I'm saying curse a lot. The true Rune of Beginning. Rune of Beginning only gets its power when the wielders of the Bright Shield Rune and the Black Sword Rune fight. But since I refused it, I found the true path. Now, I personally like to think that it's not because Rio was a strong man, as they say, that saw this path, that saw that this was the path that had to be taken. It wasn't because Joey was more short-sighted. I like to believe that this is just the end result of Rio's unyielding kindness. He had no idea this would happen. He just felt that this was the right thing to do deep in his heart. Of course. Because no matter the sins you committed, no matter the battles we fought, no matter how destiny tried to split us apart, we're still friends. And nothing can change that. Oh, I actually did have the hazy rune at one point. I just put it on him. Let's go. And I don't think it's so much that we're off to make the world a better place. Because taking that role as king of Stardust Country is the way you would sort of do that. We're just off to live our life. And because we did everything correctly. There's someone that we want to meet. Maybe when I'm older, I'll take my spot. Thing. That's not to tell you. None of me fell. I bet you already see where this is going. Because we fulfilled all the steps prior to the final duel, Nanami is still alive. Now, admittedly, this does sort of cheapen the impact of her death. You know, they didn't commit to killing her. But I still think it works. Because she doesn't come back. She doesn't come back before the game is over. We still have to get to this point before we find out. And if you mess up on any of the steps, she is dead. It's a little bit better than Gremio in the first game, who admittedly had a slight advantage in that he died earlier and he wasn't a crutch party member, so you don't lose something in the gameplay. But if you got all 108 stars, then Leknath just said, oh, I can bring his soul back. Whatever. We still get the full emotional roller coaster of Nanami's death, but we don't have to deal with the fact, at the end of the day, that she is still dead. We get to have the story impact, and we get to have her alive. I'll just assume she was hiding in the cupboard or something when I came through the house to visit Genkaku's grave. And this is the true ending. The three of us leave all of our worries behind and just go on to explore the world the only way we know how. Together. Oh, we get to see how Julia and Polika are doing. See, it's a good thing that Joey left his name behind. Otherwise, he'd have to deal with the fact that he's still legally married. I like to assume that once we've gone on our journey and we've matured a little bit, Ryo probably doesn't take a place in a position of power. He most likely does do what Nanami suggested earlier, and the two of them continue to run Genkaku's dojo. But I like to believe that Joey does go back to Julia at some point. And now we get our Where Are They Now of every single character in the cast. This is always your reward in Suikoden games. For all the characters you recruit, you get to see what they're doing. For the most part, they only have one ending, though certain characters will have different endings depending on how they... depending on certain events that happen in the game. Now, I'm curious, because I know Fire Emblem does this too, where you get to see what everyone is doing after the end of the game. When did they start doing that? Like, is that something that's always happened in Fire Emblem games, or did they start doing that at some point? Because I'd be curious if they started doing it after Suikoden did. Because it also just, it also demonstrates the point. I'm not a big fan of turn-based strategy games. I would be a much bigger fan of Fire Emblem if it played like Suikoden. And that's also why I sort of believe that Suikoden is basically the RPG version of Fire Emblem. So I do recommend it to RPG fans. Especially because I saw a couple articles when Three Houses came out saying, like, playing Three Houses reminded me of the best of Suikoden. And admittedly, that does make me a little curious about Three Houses, because I've heard very good things about that too. But I don't care quite enough. I've said several times in the past, not on here, but in other places, the only ways I'm going to return to Fire Emblem are either if they remake Blazing Blade, because that one I'm curious about. I'd like to see that game. I've heard good things about it, but it doesn't have casual mode, and I refuse to play Fire Emblem without casual mode. I need it. Or if, much like how Tiki returned in Awakening, but older, if Noe returned in a future game, she doesn't have to be older. She can just return looking the same as always, and I will love her all the same. I would buy that game as soon as I could and marry her without a second thought. And that's Suikoden 2. I was hoping to save my thoughts until the credits actually started, but these take a while because we have 108 names to get to. So I'd just be sitting there kind of silent because I can't think of anything else to say. So Suikoden 2. A second playthrough has definitely shown me a few more of the flaws the game has, in that there are a couple story beats that don't need to be there. They're not grave concerns, but they don't. Like, the Necrolord stuff really doesn't need to be there. It doesn't contribute much to the story. And it just feels like, hey, he was a big deal in Suikoden 1, let's bring him back for 2. The translation has some serious issues. Trying to get all 108 stars can be a real pain, because some of them either have unnecessary steps to get them, or they can be missed very easily, though thankfully all the ones that can be easily missed are all at the beginning of the game. So, you know, if you're like me and you missed one of them, I was able to get back to that point and get them within a day of, playing quite a bit. I was able to do it. Some of the areas do have a, some of the areas can go on for a little bit, though that's generally more my problem, because I hear stories about Final Fantasy dungeons that go on for way longer. I feel like, are there any other? I guess that's really it. in terms of my complaints. But the thing that makes Suikoden 2 so good is still the reasons far outweigh why this game is great over what problems it has. You know, the story is still incredible. The characters have... That's a good goal, Wakaba. The primary cast of characters are all still well developed and likable. The core conflict is very touching. It understands that there's you can tell a great story without needing to resort to this giant, we must save this great. We have to do this great task. We have to beat God. We don't need to go on this huge globe-trotting adventure. We don't need to get into all of this high fantasy sort of stuff. It can tell a very localized story. The gameplay is still a little bit rough around the edges, but far improved from Suikoden 1. With, I can say that just because this game has a run button. Oh, wow. Gilbert's even mentioned Zexen, huh? Interesting. All these names that don't play any part until Suikoden 3. That's so cool, because, it's just building a world naturally. Like, yeah, some of these people have... connections to worlds outside, to areas outside of Joustin and Highland. But they don't play a big deal out of it. It's just when it shows up in the next game, you're like, oh yeah, this is just another story that's happening in this other area. It's not really connected to the last story. The pacing of the game is great. Battles go by so much faster than other RPGs. Dungeons don't take too long. You move at a decent pace. It's not all that difficult, so you can pick a party that fits your playstyle and be able to get through the game so long as you're careful and you play it correctly. Huh? Why do Futch and Humphrey need to search for a dragon? We found Bright. And that's canon, because Bright shows up in Suikoden and Suikoden 3. The basic gameplay of this game is still a lot of fun. I just generally like the style of it. Suikoden 2 remains my gold standard of a JRPG, and I've never played any other one that I can say, like, oh yeah, that's almost as good as Suikoden 2. Like, no, even if I like other RPGs, there's always a big gap. Now, what about fixing the problems in Suikoden 2? Things a little bit beyond the scope of a remaster. Though I would still love to see a remaster of this game that, smooths out the bugs that aren't helpful and revises the translation. And just, get these games on a more modern console. Like, I'll take a straight port of Suikoden 2 if it's part of, like, a Suikoden Anniversary Collection on the PS4. Like, I'll take that. If only because it would give me a chance to get a physical version of these games and to get Suikoden 5 without breaking bank. Which, I'm sure I'll probably do anyway, because it'll be faster for me to find Suikoden. It'll be faster for me to buy Suikoden 5 after playing, like, 4 in Tactics before Konami releases a collection of this. But, like, how would I feel about Suikoden 2 remake? Done. Big budget. I love Vicky's there, yeah. drank too much champagne and accidentally teleported herself off somewhere. There's a running gag with Vicky in the Suikoden games where she always teleports directly from one to the next through time during the victory feast. Which is why in the, like, when we found her in the first time, she was like, huh? Like, what am I doing here? I was doing something. Is this still the Tauron Republic? So for her, it's just a constant stream of game after game after game. But, okay, either way, back to what I was saying. Suikoden 2 Remake. Big budget Suikoden 2 Remake. I would welcome it. I would like to see it, especially if I had confidence that they would do it well. Who knows? There's always the chance that Konami can turn their life around and start making fantastic games again, though I'm sure they wouldn't start with a Suikoden game. Though I don't know, maybe they would if they're trying to appeal to a Japanese market, because Famitsu, I probably mentioned this at some point, but Famitsu ran a poll a couple years ago asking, what series do you want to return, and Suikoden was the top pick. Now we're on the actual credits. But the only reason I'm a little worried about the prospect of a Suikoden 2 remake is just because... Oh, by the way, great inconsistency there. They're spelling out the names more the Japanese style of last name, first name, even though during the opening credits they did it the other way. Either way, saying a Suikoden 2 remake would be excellent. My worry is the fact that Suikoden 2 is already so good that they could make this big game that fixes a lot of the issues the game has and brings it up to more modern standards. But there's a chance they'd lose the charming simplicity this game has and make it too big, change too much. There's always the chance. If they did it, great. Like, I haven't played it, and I know some people have complaints about where the story goes by the end of it, but Final Fantasy VII Remake is considered an excellent remake of Final Fantasy VII. If they were to do something along those lines of Suikoden 2, it wouldn't replace the... No matter what, it would never replace the original, but it would be welcome. However, because of my worries, I'd more ask Konami start by remaking Suikoden 1, both because it would give them, much like how Suikoden 1 was a chance for the team to stretch their legs and figure out what they were doing, a remake would allow them to do the same thing. Suikoden 1 has a lot more wrong with it, so a remake has more chances to get it right. And Suikoden 1, while it's a great game, is not as good as Suikoden 2. So, it doesn't have nearly as much of the high legacy to live up to. And, of course, if they were to remake Suikoden 2 after that, you want to have that save data import feature. But frankly, I think the chances of Suikoden remakes are kind of low. I think a collection could happen. A new game would be nice. Translations of the games we never got. Though, of course, there's already a fan translation for Gaiden, which is pretty good. Woven Web of a Century. I hope it happens. Hope a translation of that happens at some point. And of course, doing whatever he does now, I hope Yoshitaka Moriyama does well. I really enjoyed The Alliance Alive as I streamed it earlier in the year. And I hope he can find more work, because the man is talented. So then, am I going to continue with the Suikoden series in terms of live streams? Well, 3, no. Like, I'm not going to play Suikoden 3, because that game is long and boring. Honestly, I'm not sure if I'm going to play that game again for a very long time, even on my own time. The amount of save scumming you gotta do at the beginning would be hell to watch in a live stream. It's just not exactly a good idea. Suikoden 1, I could definitely come back to do, because that's a game I still enjoy, and I think it'd be kind of fun to go back in time after this to show where it all started. But that's not going to be for a little bit. Wait, Lucky Star? Huh, okay. Even with the star in the middle. Like, that's exactly how the manga and anime spells it. Interesting. So anyway, that's not going to be for a little while, because I'd want to take a break from the series. And it's just going to be a break from live streams in general, because frankly, the heat worries me. I don't want to keep streaming if it's going to be hot as hell. It's just uncomfortable. So I'm going to stop streaming for the summer here. I got this game done, and we'll take a break for the summer. Let the temperature cool down before I come back to it. Now, there will still be stuff happening on the channel. I'm working on my next video now. I need to record the voiceover, and I still have to do a little bit of video gathering, but for the most part, it's ready to start the editing process. And if you look at the playlist, my Stardust Reviews playlist, you'll see it's going to be a big one. So I hope you all look forward to that, and I hope you look forward to when I return with live streaming. I still don't know what the hell I'm going to do in terms of when I come back. But no matter what, we'll always be together. Thank you all for sticking with me through one of my favorite RPG, and in there, one of my favorite games ever. And I hope to see you with the same enthusiasm when we come back.